What do men need to know about dating a younger woman? If you're a man dating a woman that's 10, 15, 20, 30 years younger than you, dating is going to be a lot different than a woman your age. So as a woman that's younger, she's going to trigger your biological instincts. I mean, it just makes sense. With her youth, beauty, and fertility, we all know about that. But attraction doesn't mean she's right for you. There's a lot of beautiful women out there that are going to be the wrong match for you. One thing to consider is she's probably going to make you feel so desired, she'll make you feel younger, and she'll give you an excitement about life. And it may become overwhelming, but you need to stop and ask yourself, is she truly interested in you? Or is it the lifestyle she's getting from you? Unfortunately, when you date younger, you might find more women that will want to use you, and you need to be careful. And yes, you can find a woman that's younger that genuinely loves you. It just might take a little bit more time. Another thing to consider is, does she have daddy issues? And if she hasn't healed from them, it can cause a lot of problems in the relationship. So it's worth considering if she's working on her issues, if she has a growth mindset. Otherwise, your relationship might not last that long. Also, don't let her rely on you for everything. To be fair, if you're older than her, you're going to be further along in life than she is. She's going to be less experienced than you. But ideally, she is working on stuff. She's got her own goals. She does her own thing, and she is independent in a lot of ways. And sometimes guys will mistake dependency for loyalty, but the reality is she just has less options to leave. And if given the option and she genuinely doesn't like you, she will leave. Finding a woman that can stand on her own 2 feet will let you know if she's there because she wants to be. Next, you're gonna be judged. As someone who's in an age gap marriage myself, it's gonna catch you off guard a little bit. You'll think you're beyond that, or everybody knows. People will sometimes talk behind your back, and it can be hard to hear. People will make assumptions about you that you're going through a midlife crisis, or you're grooming her, or she's just looking for a sugar daddy. And heck, sometimes people will be right in your inbox or right to your face saying this stuff. And they'll frame it away as, oh, I'm just looking out for you. But the reality is, for a lot of people, age gaps can be really uncomfortable for them, so they project that onto you, even if you might have the healthiest relationship with her. So don't let it get to you, but just be aware it will come up at some point. And then of course there's some positivity. You might encounter people that are like, where'd you find a woman like that? Or overall compliment your relationship. Also, if you're dating a woman in her 20s, she's probably gonna go through a lot of phases. That might create some tension in your relationship a little bit. If you don't want that, maybe aim for a woman in her 30s, where she's still young, but maybe she's a little bit more set in who she is. Also, jealousy. People will assume all sorts of things about your relationship. I've had women my husband's age flirt with him right in front of me, and it throws me off a little bit. I'm okay with it. I think it's funny. It's still one of those moments where it's like you realize I'm his wife, right? And then the reverse will happen. So you have to be very secure in your relationship overall, because overall people will be less subtle about showing interest in your partner. Also, as both of you age, your relationship will have to shift dynamics a little bit. If you're 10, 20 years older, 30 years older than her, you guys will be in different life stages, so you have to make sure you're still compatible, which may or may not be the case. Your energy levels will be different, so you will have to compromise on those situations. Also, the whole kids question, do you want kids, and how many? And with her being younger than you, if she changes her mind and she eventually wants kids, are you okay with starting over? Also, sometimes it might be a little frustrating when you can't relate to your partner on certain things. Maybe she's geeking out about Pokemon or Harry Potter and you know very little about those things. So ideally, you guys have friends outside of the relationship you guys can talk about your interests with. But it's also nice because you have a chance to learn new things. Can she have deep conversations with you? At the end of the day, her beauty is surface level. So find you a younger woman that you can talk to about deep personal topics that can validate and be there for you. And even if you're older than her, try to create a life with her that you guys can build together. Have your own projects together, activities, and long-term goals. Just because there's an age difference doesn't mean you can't have that. I feel like most of the time age gap relationships are pretty much normal relationships. There's just extra things you gotta look out for. I know of so many people who are in healthy age gap relationships and there's not an issue there.